You're welcome, guys. Happy Sunday. Let's chill. I'm so excited because I'm going to be chilling with the big boys here. Shout out to everyone. What's up, y'all? Are you good? What's going on? It's good to see you. You're welcome. Thank you very much for coming through. Hi there. Guys, drop your location because I need to send some shout out to you. Right, what's happening? Shout out, it's a Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope you guys had a great day. Did you enjoy the day today? Did you go to church? How was church? Good to see you. Harare Lokniva. Oh, Harare Lokniva. Oh yes. Shout out to you. You looking. Oh, thank you very much, Amos. I appreciate that. Amon, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Shino is here. Shout out to you. Hi, Francington. How are you? Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming through because I know that you guys miss me a lot and I miss you too. My sister was telling me today that actually people misses you and I'm like, damn. I understand. What's up, guys? Please don't forget to like the live so we can push the algorithm. We're gonna dine together today. It's a happy Sunday to everyone. I'm so excited. Beautiful day that the Lord has made. So we're gonna be looking at the inauguration preparations that are coming through today. Trust me, it's going to be an interesting life that we're going to have. Beira, hi there. That is in Mozambique, right? Shout out to you, Alfred. Shout out. Hope you're well. I'm so excited. Guys, trust me, I'm super excited. Man, I just want us to run quickly to check on our trends. What's happening on Twitter? What is trending right now? Trust me, inauguration is trending. So what we're going to do is we're going to check in with some of the comments on inauguration a little bit later on, but let's just start by UAE. What's up? I hope you guys are cool. So it's Jonathan Moore. Jonathan Moore has been viral, really, just trying to make sure that at least Triple C supporters are in agony. He's supporting our pain, but at the end of it all, we know we will emerge victorious. Like I said to you last time, something's happening in the background. God will come through for you. He has never failed, and he won't start with you. He never fails. So some people always say that, no, but you can't mix politics and God. No, you have to. You can never have politics without the people, and the people belongs to God. So there's no way you can forget about God. God has to always be the one that we put first, and the rest becomes second. So trust me, I'm with you right here. So Jonathan Moore is trending. I know for wrong reasons, always being nasty and mean. This man can write an entire paragraph, just try to make everybody else feel horrible. But what can we say? Hate people, right? He has been stuck in Kenya for quite a long time, so I can understand he's homesick. So instead of focusing on the problem and resolve it, he's now taking his pen on innocent people. So hate people, all right. And then we also have an inauguration, which is such a fuss. And fresh elections. People are still pursuing fresh elections. But what can we say? Let's see where God is taking us. I'm very positive about what's going to happen soon. I'm positive, and I hope you are too. So guys, we'll go straight to our business for the day, and I just want to see what's going on right now. So we're going to be starting right here. So it's an inauguration season. Trust me, ZANU-PF is in panic mode because most of presidents in SADC literally reject the invitation. What a shame. You know what? One thing that I'll tell you is whenever you sow evil, expect the evil back. It is a principle. The laws of life are stubborn. Don't forget, guys, to like the live. Let's push the algorithm. So listen, like I've always say, I always start with other people's tweets, but today I was a little bit naughty. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Shona tradition. So I'm Shona. You can see my name it means praise the Lord. But yeah, because I'm Shona, so today I'm gonna start. What do we do? Gonna better. So I'm gonna start. You know, so I don't know what maoko maoko vedare maoko. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna tell you, I struggled to actually read Shona. I hope you've seen that. But today, please just clap hands for me, because today I came in like literally crazy. So I'm gonna say maoko vedare, my people. May the Lord bless you. I want you guys to just give me maoko back. So I was saying, mwana wenyu marujata ari kurorwa mangwana asi vana sekuru na atete chiedza varamba kuuya hanzi mukomana wake anozikanwa kuti mabasa ake haana kukodzera kubata vana zvakanaka. Vamwe vatuma vakomana vanochengeta mombe ivo vari busy. Muri kuti navo vana baba, muri kuti my lords, in our culture, I think the Shona culture, Tishti Ishewe, right? Ishewe. Today I'm being naughty. Trust me, I didn't smoke anything. I'm very sober. All right, so the reason why I started here is because I'm just telling you, a lot of invitations were sent to local Sadc presidents, but a few accepted the invitation. You know why? Because things are not okay in the ZANU-PF territory. And one thing I'll tell you about life is that when you send vile, you get vile back. It's just a matter of time. That's how it is in life. It's called exchange of energies, because we communicate through energies, right? So Alinaka tweeted, he said, Emmerson is a cancer to the region. So Hakainde Hichilema, the president of Tanzania, you know, Rwanda as well, president of Kenya, we have Museve should be Uganda, hey, and we have the one for Botswana. They all rejected. Malawi as well rejected ED's invitation. So ED is on his own. Yeah, some were actually sending like some, people in a party. It is just going to represent us. This is what I keep on saying. When you treat people like trash, that's exactly what you get back. It's a principle of life. Now, let me just tell you, like I told you, when I think the reason why most of these presidents rejected ED's invite is because, guys, forget about diplomacy. Forget about diplomacy. Think about human beings. Zimbabweans have suffered under the nose of most Sadc region. So for that reason, most of these presidents have seen how Zimbabweans have been suffering over the years. So now seeing someone hijack the election, literally grab the election, when people, raise their hopes, for change. Trust me, I've met a lot of people today. While I was doing my hair, I hope you guys have seen that I changed my hair. So while I was doing my hair, I met a lot of broken Zimbabweans. They said we had hope, and they were asking me, what is Sadc saying? I said, I don't know what Sadc is saying. The last time I checked, we have elders that are actually in Zim as we speak. I don't know what the outcome is. We don't know what's going on in the background, but what we know and what we trust is God is at work. We believe and we trust him that he will do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond what we can ever think or ask him, because that's what he specializes on. He goes beyond our imagination. He goes beyond our thoughts. So I trust him is that whatever he's doing, it is definitely for our favor. So for that reason, I'll remain calm. I'll remain in celebrations. I'll remain intact because I trust him. I know that God, where he ends is where he begins. So I want to tell you that a lot is happening in the background. Trust God. Things are going to turn out for your good and for my good as well. All right, so Joseph Kalimbe tweeted, he's a Zambian activist. The dude loves Zimbabwe. He's in support of Nelson Chamisa. He has been since day one. And they have seen the vibe that Tivene are sending. He always calls ZANU-PF Vene, So he said ZANU-PF chairman, Patrick Chinamasa, visited our Zambian state house 4 weeks ago. Today, he woke up, came to Twitter to mock our country for the passing of our nation's greatest president, Levi Mwanawasa. In his article on Never Mumba, the disrespect is unparalleled. I'm not surprised as well. Thank you, much appreciated. I'm not surprised. One thing about ZANU-PF that is so sad, ZANU-PF behaves, even those that are actually, that recently joined ZANU-PF, they're now behaving so vile towards people. You know why? If you spend your time in the camp of toxic people, it's a matter of time before you become toxic. Notwithstanding, it's in political space, it's in family space, in friendship space. That's why they talk about the power of association. That when you are spending your time with people who are going nowhere, or they always say that you become an average of the 5 people that surrounds you. So very important in life that you really need to mind your company. So you can see people that are in ZANU-PF, why most of them are vile. It's because that's the culture they captivate. They call it the school of Hebechitepo ideology, a toxic system. You see young people speak lies, and they lie right in front of your face. They can say white is black, and they will fight until you give up. You know why? Because that's what they're driving, an agenda of lies. They call it propaganda, but it's becoming diabolical and demonic and satanic. So I'm not surprised that Patrick Shinamasa went after Joseph Kalimbe or went after the president and started mocking Zambia. Will you compare Zimbabwe and Zambia? Can I say this? I do not care how much we claim we're educated. As it stands, we don't look like educated people. We don't. We really don't. Zambia is doing extremely well. Let me tell you, Zimbabweans are not looking for too much. Zimbabweans are simply looking for a democratic country, a country that respects our constitution, a country of love, of unity, a country that of freedom of speech, a country that respects human rights. As we speak, we have some of our Citizen Coalition for Change, the councillor, recently elected councillor for Glenview. He was abducted, assaulted badly. This after elections. And I've seen also some people, I heard Mutare, their houses were banned. In 2023, and we expect people to respect you, and you expect the presidents to come to your inauguration. It doesn't work like that. How I wish people that are surrounding the president can be honest with him and say, Mr. President, we need to fix our house. The house is in a mess. Yeah, I want to tell you something, and I've always said, I do not care how much money a man has. If he does not respect the people, I'm out. I am out. You know, I cannot even begin to fathom being around a person who don't know how to treat people with respect. You know what I mean? So some people don't realize it's not about your big mouth and screaming and shouting. People look at you and look around you and how you're treating your own people, how you have reduced your own Zimbabwean people to nothing. Doctors have tend to be nothing. You know, you reduce such a promising nation, a great people, a beautiful nation, an amazing people, a very solid young people to ashes. You know, people are afraid to speak truth to power. So that's why Zambia can never respect you. That's why they never respect you. So as we speak, most of SADC presidents have refused to attend ED's inauguration. They said, nope, we are not coming. Are you blaming them? They've heard about the SADC report, preliminary report. I'm sure they're going to sit around these people of SADC and now send us the full comprehensive report and said it is done. It's enough now. People have to come first. Greedy propaganda, you know, no. It has to come to an end. Today, I actually asked a question. I said, is there any possibility that us as a citizen of Zimbabwe can have a talk with the army? If the army represents the people of Zimbabwe, is, you know, from my understanding, the army belongs to the state and they are there to protect the state, and the state are the people. Why can't we have access to them? Speaking to them as brothers and sisters, have a conversation, finding each other. I'm sorry if there is any person from the army here. I want you to know that we are so desperate to have a conversation with you as our brothers. The country is burning. We are broken people. Because you know what? Who knows what? Tomorrow I may find an army guy who wants to get married and you find me tattered because of the vow that comes from that side. Let's mend our house. Let's clean up the house. Let's work together to fix the country. You and me, we can do it. Together we can. The Zimbabwe we want is possible. We have to come together and fix the nation. You know what I mean? Yes, Now, Tim Pachedu tweeted, he says, SADC has been reluctant to tackle the Zimbabwean crisis because they are bribed into silence. Under the TROIKA principled leadership of H.H. Hichilema, we expect SADC to finally resolve the Zimbabwean crisis. SADC must deal with Mnangagwa's illegitimacy. And then they do tag Elias Magosi and also SADC News. I agree. Illegitimacy will lead into chaos. Guys, there is no way Zimbabwe will move forward where we're being led by people who have no capacity to do so. You know, the fact that the people do not trust your leadership, it says that you are not the right person. So we truly need to be led by the right people. And this is not out of hatred. This is a fact. We need leadership that cares for its own people. Leadership that believe in success, that believe in freedom of speech, that accommodates the voice of the masses. That when people speak, they jump, they say, what did they say? Not a leadership that when you speak, you have to be silenced through abduction, torture, so that you don't speak again. That is evil, that is ungodly, and it definitely has to be condemned by any normal person. Don't forget to like the live, guys, so that we can push the algorithm. Now, German, he said, if the inauguration were to go ahead tomorrow, it will be tragic for ZANU-PF. The silence around the country will make your ears explode. It will be poorly attended. Only VPs, ministerial delegation are attending. They even invited Lunga Ghosh. Lunga, you know, Edgar Lungu. Lungu, actually, Dr. Lungu, Edgar Lungu, the ex-president for Zambia. Who else can they invite? Nobody is interested. So, gosh, this election has been something else, a true description of the mess millions of Zimbabweans live in on a daily basis. Tragic. Agreed. You know, it's time. You can feel the wind of change, notwithstanding how ZANU-PF is trying to push back. The winds of change are absolutely here. You know? So, at the end of the day, it's not for us to worry really much. We are very close. We're very close. I know people are desperate to know what's going on. A lot is happening in the background. Be patient. Give it time. I know you and me want change. You and me wants to hear good news. But sometimes it takes patience for good things to happen. They always say good things takes time. So we need to be a little bit patient. You know, change is inevitable. But at the end of the day, you and me must learn to trust the process. If we want a Zimbabwe that will be better forever, that will set a precedence and set a great foundation, it requires humility and patience. The truth is going to come out. And people have seen the whole world is tired. SADC is even more tired. You know, they're more tired because they're actually beneficiary of every toxicity that drips from Zimbabwe. It filters to their spaces. It takes away their peace. And, you know, next year is actually election in South Africa. So the issue of migration is actually on the top list of one of the reasons why the youth are not going to vote ANC. So just imagine, ANC is under pressure. But you know what? It's in between because Mr. Ramaphosa is going to attend the inauguration. He's one of the beneficiaries in the mining sector, as well as some of his ministers. So for that reason, they are caught in the middle. But at the end of the day, their positions matter. In South Africa, then they can also be benefiting in our mineral space. So it's not easy, it's hard. And do you know what? To a point where ZANU-PF is desperate, to a point where they write a fake letter as if it was written from the White House. You know, when you talk about the White House, talk from DC, White House in Washington, DC, from the president. Yeah. So they wrote the letter to themselves, said that is, Dear President Emmerson Mnangagwa, congratulations on your recent election as President of Zimbabwe. Your long-standing dedication to public service will help advance peace and prosperity across the African region and around the world. As democracies around the world face unprecedented challenges, your election demonstrated that democracies can deliver. Millions of Zimbabweans stepped up and made their voices heard, casting their ballots in the 23rd August presidential election, meant for the first time. Civil engagement in the cornerstone of free and open societies, and the Zimbabwean people inspired people around the world. with their commitment to exercising fundamental freedoms. Do you really think this letter was written by Joe Biden's administration to Edim Mnangagwa? Do you believe it? With such a repetition that men, for the first time, civic engagement is the cornerstone of free and open societies. And the Zimbabwean people inspired people around the world with their commitment to exercising fundamental freedoms as a fake letter. So ZANU-PF decided to write a letter to themselves, claiming that this letter was written by Joe Biden's administration. Can you see the desperation? The desperation. They even wrote an article. No, there was no article literally. It was just a heading that the letter came from VP Shwenga. It was a lie. There was no article. And the people were actually debating on Twitter that there's no article. It was just how we congratulate. After 5 days, when people complained that how come the VP is not congratulating His Excellency as you claim that he was elected? It's a chaos and a mess. But I think the danger part is their lack of understanding of what purpose is and time. Let me tell you, there's a scripture in the Bible that I love so much. You know, in Israel, there were so many tribes, but there was one tribe that was so unique. It was called the tribe of Issachar. The Bible speaks that it was the smallest tribe in Israel, yet the most successful tribe. And the Bible says why they were successful, because they understood the times and the seasons. The problem we have with ZANU-PF, they do not understand the times and the seasons. They do not understand that things have changed, that dictatorship in 2023 is no longer work. People are tired. People want to see progress. Instead of coming together and say, people of Zimbabwe, let's sit down together across the board, across the divide. What can we do to fix our country? What are some of the things that we need to change? And honestly, not those lies that happened in 2017, because I remember in 2017, when Mr. Mnangagwa came to power after the coup, he went to Facebook, he wrote, what are things that you want us to change in this country? Oh my God, millions of suggestions. But as we speak, I've never seen 3 of them. As a matter of fact, we're worse the way that we used to be in the times of Mugabe. So I don't think that there is capacity to actually do anything at all. But I'm saying, let's assume they've seen their ills, they've acknowledged their mistakes. Is it not wise to say, people of Zimbabwe, let's have a conversation? What is it that we need to do to fix this country moving forward? Let's come together and then assassinate every ill, which includes abuse of human rights, and so that we can move forward as a people of Zimbabwe. That is nowhere to be found. But that's the only route that will replace or that will fix our country moving forward. But unfortunately, they are not prepared to do so. We're still roaming around with a lot of nonsense as we speak. I hope they would wake up and realize the power of engagement, the power of suggestions, or the power of ideas. It's very important to also listen to other people. You know what I mean? It does not matter how small they are. It does not matter how uneducated they may look or sound. We all have something to offer in this world. It's so important for us to value each other's suggestion, right? So, guys, I'm going to send my rest in peace to the legendary former Zimbabwean cricket captain, the coach Health Streck, who passed away this morning. He was only 49. Rest in peace, Captain, one of the most patriotic Zimbabweans I have ever come across, miles ahead of these scarf-wearing mid-gets. Let me tell you, this guy was amazing. He was actually very good in speaking Ndebele, like fluent Ndebele. You know, these are the kind of people that we need to celebrate. He really plays such a huge role in our cricket space. And you've seen how Zimbabwe has been doing well in cricket. They were not perfect, but really they tried their best, especially under the conditions that we have in Zimbabwe. We are very limited in terms of resources. There is not much that they support that they're getting from the regime. So I really salute him. May his soul rest in peace. I hope he's in heaven and find his place a place of peace and hope that we all belong, because one day we're all going to be in heaven with the Father. Moving right along, Guys, people have been going nuts on social media. You saw my titty. First of all, I must admit, I really, really love my titty personally. I do love her. I hope we all have reasons why. I think I love you for one thing. She's always been a woman that falls back to herself. You know, a lot of deception, a lot of happened into your life, but she still found herself. Making a lot of mistakes. What happened, you know, we all like fall in love and go crazy sometimes. But one thing that I've learned, and I wish there's single people here, never, ever in your lifetime, never buy love. You don't buy love. Life is natural. If you buy love, it can be very expensive and costly. But I'm not saying you should not treat women or men well. You know, we need to show each other some love, but don't show desperation. Because when you do that, people take an advantage of you. So I really love my titty. But one thing that have hurt a lot of people, and I think when we look at the way people are being treated in Zimbabwe, people are questioning. We have Job Scholar, who is in prison for absolutely nothing. And we have my titty, who is in prison today because she committed fraud. But she is gallivanting at the show, you know, you saw in showgrounds. She was gallivanting this past weekend. This weekend, actually yesterday, right, if I'm not mistaken, right? But a person like Job Scholar, an innocent man, a family man, is literally struggling, stuck more than 100 days in prison, no trial, no bail. So why are we treating other people differently than the way we are treating others? So people are questioning, why do we have to treat our own people differently? If we say someone has committed a crime, treat them equally, you know? Because she really got, people rode a red carpet for her. You saw her taking pictures, fans were there celebrating with her. So people are questioning why. But Job Scholar, an innocent man who was literally doing his job, serving communities, is in prison. These are some of the reasons, some of the things that we need to change as a people of Zimbabwe. Let's not weaponizing the law. Let's not hate our people, hating each other. Trauma. Let's not spend our time building trauma. It's evil. It's important for us to do right by each other. And I mean it. And today, there is a tweet that Mr. Mnangagwa sent. I just want to read it for a reason. Because I know a lot of lies on this tweet. A lot of lies. He said, thank you for your trust and peaceful participation. That's Mr. Mnangagwa here. In the recent elections, our democracy is a testament to the sacrifices of men. Here we go again. Here we go again. Back to the struggle. Let's continue our unity and commitment to progress. Are we united? Are we united as the people of Zimbabwe? We're definitely not. ZANU-PF is there hating the other party. ZANU-PF thrive, or they always celebrate when someone else is in pain. So does that resemble unity? Definitely not. So that alone is a lie. So together we'll build a resilient Zimbabwe, honoring those who came before us. Again, we are going back to the liberation struggle. I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up of always be stuck. Grateful for the trust you have placed in me through the election. Mr. Mnangagwa said that we elected him. Did you? Because I did not. As a matter of fact, Zimbabweans across the world are sick to the fact that how on earth did you even win this election? As we speak, there is no proof. The last time I checked, every time Chigumba used to announce presidential election, this year is the worst. They used to go through constituency after constituency. This election, there was never something like that. It was just, this is the outcome. Believe it, in 5 minutes, the woman had already declared who the winner is, and she took herself out. So she dressed and wear that suit and come there just to make sure that she ruins our night. But Mr. Mnangagwa said he was elected. As we move forward, let us remember the strength of our nation lies in unity and stability. We are not moving anywhere, sir. Let's start right there. We are not moving anywhere. We need to fix the mess. So we're not going anywhere, Mr. President. So President, Mr. Regardless of our affiliations, let's work together for the progress and prosperity of Zimbabwe. Peace is our common goal. Yeah. Peace is our common goal. Yo, Do you see any peace there in Zimbabwe? I don't see any peace anywhere. People are suffering, so there's no peace at all. I'm deeply humbled by the overwhelming support and joy shared by our people. Zimbabwe, as we speak, is quiet. I have never in my lifetime seen such an election where people are just quiet. I have never, the last time I checked, people will be celebrating. If Chamisa emerged the winner this time, no, he will emerge. But if he had emerged as per the declaration of ZAC, I don't know what will be happening in Zimbabwe as we speak. So we don't see any celebrations. We have seen you demanding attention. There's no celebration. Celebration, you can't enforce it on people. People have to just wake up and celebrate because it is automatic. You are in this joyful season. Something happened that just ignites you into the mood of happiness and joy. It's not happening. We are, as we speak, we are broken, sir. So I don't know who you're referring to. Many Zimbabweans, everyone I've been talking to is broken after the declaration of your emerging of a president. So, sir, I don't know what you're referring to. And he said, the victory is a testament to the power of unity and progress. Huh? Together, we'll continue building a brighter future for Zimbabwe. So Ramaphosa and Botswana, yes, I know. Ramaphosa, of course, has got mines in Zimbabwe. What do you expect? Botswana, they are going to be in Zimbabwe. Good luck for them, but we are talking about 2 people. Who else is coming? Maybe Mozambique. I think Mozambique is also your buddy because you were eating bread recently together. We saw you eating mchikachingo. So thank you for your unwavering faith, unity in action, unwavering support, faith. Mr. Sir, I have no faith in this administration of ZANU-PF. Personally, I don't. So, people are crazy, right? Asha tweeted back. He said, oh, deep down in your heart, you're embarrassed of yourself. You had a chance to do the right things. Instead, power got the better of you. Please read an article titled, A Dictator's Sorrow on the link on my bio titled Blogspot. Tap the link, search A Dictator's Sorrow on search panel. And Tanzania and Zambia declined. Yes, people can confirm. I know they declined. People have no time until ZANU-PF, and they must remember that no one will ever respect them. Guys, I wanna. Have you ever seen a person in a family, for example, that and there are people here. Maybe I've heard a lot of people who said when they were almost getting married to a man, most of families were actually saying we are not supporting this relationship because people saw a lot of inconsistency. The issues in that relationship that could not make sense, and the family were like, no, this man is not good for you, or this woman is not good for you. But people are stubborn, right? And you carry on with the relationship, and you find out that as you want to do your marriage thing, most family members don't turn up. You know why? There are reasons why they did not turn up. That's exactly what's going on here. People did not turn up because they know this election was flawed. It was a sham. They cannot drag themselves into a mess. Some men and women are principled. Before these people, Hichilema, all presidents that declined the invitation of ZANU-PF, before they become president, they are human beings. They understand how pain can get hold of a human being. They understand trauma. Some of them, once be under dictatorship, they've seen how painful it is. So they will never sell their destiny just to please ZANU-PF. For that reason, they're not going to turn up. Not because they hate you, no, because they know your actions. Separate your actions and who you are. So ZANU-PF need to understand, just because they are bullying people in Zimbabwe, they're bullies, doesn't mean that they can bully everyone else. You can only bully people who are in your parameters. As we speak, most Zimbabweans have resorted to keeping quiet. Why? Because of pain. It doesn't mean that they cannot fight back. They can. But they realize that no, we are fighting a losing battle. We are fighting people that are using ammunition, that are using vial to hurt us. People that will come in the middle of the night, abduct you, torture you, hurt you. So instead of us pursuing the fight, I need to protect my sanity, protect my children. But that's not how you can live with your brothers and your sisters. So most of the countries who rejected this invitation is because they cannot associate with themselves with evil. They may love you as individuals, but your energies, you are sending wrong or evil energies, and people can feel it. You want to pretend to love when you know you are hating your own brother. The Bible is clear. How can you love God you have never seen if you can hate your own brother? What does that mean? You must love those around you. Before I want to display love somewhere else. Because any love that is not pleasing in its surrounding is not worth transporting. So for you to go and try to show love to people that are in Zambia, Ramaphosa, when you hate your own children, to me, that's diabolical. It's evil. It's wicked. And that's why they reject your invitation. It's you're pretending to be lovers, and you know love is actually far from your inhabitant. Absolutely disgusting. If you want to show love, start in your homes. Start with your family. Start there. That's why any man or woman who does not love his or her sister or brother or father or mother can never be a good partner. It's a principle. You start from mom's house. If you've got issues, sit around the table, sort them out, because you will never be a good partner. It's a principle of life. You can't pretend to love Ramaphosa, rolling a red carpet for Ramaphosa, but you can't love your own children. People are languishing in prison, innocent people. You took the counselor for Glenview. You assaulted him. You inject him with toxic poison. Diabolical, satanic wickedness from the pit of hell. That should be condemned by any normal and sane human being. And then street judge replied and said, your greed for power will impoverish 80% of Zimbabweans. Do the honorable thing and accept defeat. Men will kill each other because of you while you are 81 plus years old. It's just, I don't really know what happened immediately after independence. I guess, yeah, it's, you know, trauma is so bad because trauma is generational. I guess when they were under the dictatorship and the rule of Smith, a lot of brokenness there. And you know, hate people, right? Yes, I guess pain that they literally accumulated during those times is the pain they're literally offloading on us. But I just hope, there were men and women of wisdom. Immediately after they gained their independence, they were supposed to be healing in terms of actually therapy. I think it was so important that these people were supposed to actually gain therapy. Like the way we are right now, guys, if I know when, let me not say if, when, because change is going to come soon. Because a lot is going to happen immediately. No one can ever take the pain of people of Zimbabwe any longer. Sadc's tired. The whole world is fed up. Zimbabweans are tired. People want to find a solution to fix our country. I'm very sure that as soon as we are out of this, surely, guys, there must be some form of healing. We really need to get counseling. And I appeal to men and women of wisdom to help as much as they can. Start with Matabeleland. We're a broken nation, and we are hating each other because of brokenness. And we really need to heal. There must be therapy among our people. If we don't get therapy, we are bound to share pain among ourselves. And the people that suffers the most are innocent people. Guys, don't forget to like the live and make sure that you comment, because it helps me with the algorithm. Because I'm going to go through your comments, and as we answer each other, I'm definitely going to do that as soon as I'm done with my own commentaries this evening. Right, and then, you know, like what I said, Musma Imani said, what democracy, Mr. Mnangagwa? Ali Bongo equal to Emmerson Mnangagwa. So he's comparing Ali Bongo, you know, the recent president for Gabon that was crying recently. He equated him with Idi Mnangagwa. That you are same WhatsApp group, and the same that's going down in Gabon is coming, knocking at your door. It's knocking, knock, 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 knock. at the door because people are rejecting your presidency. He said, you cannot say you care about the immigration crisis in South Africa and support the ZANU-PF government. Now he's referring to ANC. ANC. The ZANU-PF government of Idi Mnangagwa is the cause of the immigration crisis in South Africa. 40% of immigrants living in South Africa are from one country, Zimbabwe. If we want people to go back home, this is our chance. We must demand free, fair, and credible elections in Zimbabwe. We must demand a rerun. So people are saying we definitely need a rerun. And let me tell you, recently I saw a tweet that was sent out by Trevor Ncube. Trevor Ncube was, I don't know if he still is, but he was in South Africa recently. You know, you saw him with his buddies. He was with Alina Akai, with Kasukure. They were just having their good time there. While they were having their lunch, he said, actually took pictures with some of the Zimbabwean guys there. He wrote a very long tweet. I need to go through it because he met up some of the guys who were working in the restaurant where they were having lunch and just dining as friends. He said, last week in Johannesburg, I met many Zimbabweans working and living there. See the picture, and he posted a picture as well. And he said, me and my buddies, which is Zimbabweans, at a restaurant where we had lunch. Most of the Zimbabweans I spoke to were expecting an opposition victory at the polls. I told you when I went to the salon, I felt exactly the same thing. When I went to the salon, because people knew how active I was, you know, on the campaign trail. They all looked at me as I was getting, they were like, oh God, we feel for you, we feel for you. I'm like, I'm okay. I know God is at work. I know something will happen. God will do what he has to do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond what you can ever think or imagine. Then he said, they said they were shocked by the election results announced by ZAC. To them, a win by the opposition would have signaled changed economic fortunes and a time to seriously consider coming back home. Most people want to be home. Most of them were not able to travel back home to vote, largely because of the cost of traveling to register and then vote. Given an opportunity to vote, they would have voted for the opposition. I got the strong sense that they don't enjoy being in South Africa anymore. They want to come back home, but they are discouraged by the economic and political conditions. Life is tough for many Zimbabweans in the diaspora. Last week's fire in Johannesburg, where 76 people died, brought into sharp focus the desperate living conditions for many foreigners in South Africa. They would rather suffer these inhuman living conditions than be home. Now that the ANC and the SA government have endorsed the sham elections, we should expect to see more Zimbabweans crossing the border to earn a living in that country. South Africa acts as a pressure valve when Zimbabweans who escaped the harsh conditions are disengaged from politics at home and their remittances held shield families back home. Who doesn't want to be home, guys? And I've seen many, and I've spoken to many Zimbabweans who are saying, guys, there's just something about being around your people, notwithstanding, you know, you may not be that rich, but just being able to afford to buy food, to go visit your family members. Life really is about family. Life is really about relationships. But imagine most people literally just come back home when they were in their coffin. Some people lose their parents, only come back home when their parents were dead, or family members. I just wish, because I can see all these, most of these government officials in Zimbabwe. I'm going to talk about Mr. President Idi Mnangagwa. He's with these kids all around him. These kids, I saw some of them celebrating 10-year anniversary of marriage. We see them around eating and dining and drinking. They have hands on most of these mineral spaces. You know why? Because they understand the value of family. Why do they think that we also don't feel or also deserve the same? Because we deserve to be around our families too, right? People want to be home. How many families, mothers who have left their kids today that they've rummaged in drug abuse? How many? It's about time, guys, we speak up and let these people know we mean business. You know what I mean? We need our family structures back, and I've always, advocate for family, because I've seen that when we build strong families, it's very easy for us to build a strong society and also build a strong nation. Families are the foundation of life. There's no politics without family. There is no politics without family. I hope people understand this. And this is why I've always said I admire America so much. I know some people, they have their own issues, guys, but I admire America when they do their Thanksgiving. We normally do this, you know, with my family too. We do this a lot. We have what we call Thanksgiving, yearly Thanksgiving. We sit around as family and thanking God for what He's done for the year. There must be something about family that we can never take away. The unity. What is life if we can only visit people when they're dead? We also want to sit around our family, sit around the table and have lunch. You know, when you're growing up, even if we sit on the floor, we used to eat like from one plate. There's something about that we are missing, the flavor and the unity of our people. And the ZANU-PF have taken that away from our people. And we need to rally and say it is enough. We want our family structures back. We need to go back to basics. Give us our family structures. Give us a conducive environment for us to focus and to fulfill purpose, because we want to be around our families. I've seen a lot. I've witnessed a lot of people literally sick, went back home sick. Some were sick, nobody was there to take care of them. They even died in this place. It is enough now. We need to say enough. We want our family structures back. You and me can demand that. ZANU-PF need to hear us and hear us well, that it is enough. We want our family structure back. I've told you guys that there was this coup looming, and it's still looming. Let me just tell you, the coup is still looming. It's not me. It's not me. It's Ali. He calls himself a leader of African democratic coup plotters. So the coup that I was telling you is still looming. People are saying because there is a division in the army. I heard speculations, there's division in the army, and for that reason, anything can happen. And also, you know, we've seen recently that there was a guy who was talking live that Mr. Mnangagwa had a scuffle with Chiwenga, allegedly, and after the scuffle, Chiwenga said, oh, you want to put your son there, you know, in my position. So there are speculations allegedly that Mr. Mnangagwa may want to put his son as a vice president and then move him to be the president. I said allegedly. The guy, you know, you had the video that was circulating. You know Ruseri guy? Yes, I've got that audio. I can always share with you guys, or I can put the link in the description box so you guys can listen to him. He was talking. He's very close to some of the army guys, army generals. And he said, oh, by the way, you must remember we are living in an era where everyone is fed up. So whatever that happens on top there is coming out immediately. People are tired. People want to see a Zimbabwe that functions for all. They want to see an economy that is thriving. They want to see a society that is peaceful, that is harmonious, that is not divided, where there's unity and love and oneness. So it is sad. It is sad. So the coup that is looming is not me, y'all. It's not me. And Ali said, I make no apologies for celebrating and embracing democratic coups in Africa. If elections are stolen and rigged, what must happen? You want people to keep repeating the 5-year useless rituals pretending to vote, or you want the entire nation to be engulfed in a civil war because of one person? You remove them whilst they are sleeping. No apologies. Yes, I agree with him. Why would we allow us to fight? There must be civil war at the expense of one person. You know, there must be civil war while we're protecting one person or a few individuals. The entire country is in mourning that elections were looted or elections were rigged. And then we must, at the expense of the masses, accommodate the few. No, it can't work like that. It cannot. So I'm saying if they want to do the coup, go for it. You have my support. If that coup is for us to restart as Zimbabweans and really have a democratic nation, go for it, brothers. I pray for you that God gives you more wisdom, because we want to have a country that functions. We are tired of toxicity. We want to make sure that this country functions for everyone. For everyone. All right. For everyone. So, and Trevor also confirmed, like I said to me, guys, Trevor, he said, yesterday I spent quality time with the leader of democratic coups. Again, we're talking about the coup, the chief native commissioner and Vicky, was talking about Ali, and the feared one in Patch Senja 34, Honorable Kasikwire. It is always great fun catching up with these two. We had a robust discussion about ballot coups, real coups, and the democratic coups. there was consensus that Emmerson Mnangagwa has benefited from 2 coups, namely a coup. 2017 when Edie had a coup. And then, you know what happened? They came in through, they were talking about that we came through because we tried to save the country from thugs. Where are we today after the thugs issue? Where are we? After you watch God Mafia, where are we? Who are the thugs? So we were agreed that democracy is not voting every 5 years and that it does not exist in Africa at the moment, except maybe South Africa. We also noted with grave concern tin pot dictatorships in opposition political parties. We suspect that Alina is not done with trying to recruit us. So I'm like I said to you guys, I wouldn't mind if that coup can come and free us so that we can restart Zimbabwe. So shall it, let it be. So shall it be. If the army is divided, Mr. Army is okay. By the army, remember, by the army before they wear the camouflage, they are our brothers that we love. My brothers that I love deeply and dearly. I'm asking you, for the sake of the masses, I'm asking you, may God find your heart. Can He change your hearts so you can remember our people? Do what you have to do to free the people, because we are fed up. We are really fed up. We are tired of becoming a grave concern in this city. But Hope Chimone is very much against the coup. He may have a point, because he said military coups hardly solve anything in resolving democratic deficits created by corrupt and incompetent leadership and stolen elections. The only coup leader I can think of who worked towards transforming the quality of life for his people was Thomas Sankara. So Thomas Sankara really went out being the most incredible leader after he did a coup. ZANU-PF is a corrupt system of governance that can't be changed by a coup because of the historical nature of how the post-colonial state came into being in 1980. Military coups in West Africa are being carried out by people who were not born when their countries became independent. In other words, what he's saying is that it's a trick in Zimbabwe because the people that may commit coups are too old. And these people are coming from pre-1980, and they may not have the capacity to be able to marry the ideas of post-1980, especially for the youth of 2023. I think that's what he's trying to say, that they may not understand how purpose come into play in the lives of this generation, because our people are more focusing on the power and what they can accumulate. But we are coming as a generation who believes in purpose. That fulfillment comes in when you are following your God-given talents. We have nowhere to loot because we never fought no war, right? It would be crazy for me to say, oh my God, I was running around for CCC and now that there's a tender, consider me. No, there's no need. There will be competition that if there's a tender, whoever has the qualities or has the capacity to deliver should be given the tender. So the competition is so much because now people are educated, people are more exposed, people are wise and smarter. So the competition is tight. There's no time. Whereas when we compare with our elders who came from pre-1980, who are claiming to afford the independence, they have this entitlement mentality, whereas we don't have such. So that's why there is a gap. When we are talking of purpose, they are talking of what they can accumulate. So that's why I'm saying we need a generation and the people who will be able to say, how can we speak to our fathers? How can we educate them to understand that we have a purpose to fulfill? We came into this world for a reason. Before I came into this world, God had a purpose for me and for you. And that must be understood by any parent, by anyone, that we need to come together and find a way to accommodate each and every one of us to fulfill purpose, than to have a mentality of saying I need to accumulate the mentality that ZANU-PF people has. I'm joining ZANU-PF because I need to eat. That is not a good mentality. You must find your purpose. What a government of the day should do is to create a conducive environment that accommodates people to fulfill purpose. The money must work, Yes, the economy must work. The environment must be conducive. It must be a peaceful environment. Not an environment where people must live in fear. That alone is an enemy to progress. Freedom of speech is so important. It must be respected. So I completely understand where Hope Ocean is coming from. That it may not be wise. If the coup can be done in Zimbabwe, the danger will be, what is the motive? That's why I'm saying, if the motive is, we need to remove people who have caused us pain, especially the thieves. And after we remove thieves, what we're going to do is to make sure that we restart the country by accommodating everyone to fulfill purpose, creating a conducive environment, never to allow intimidation, torture, and abuse, never to allow thieving. If we do that, then it's very easy for us to move our country forward. I get that. But without that, then we need to consider, what is the motive? Greedy is the problem that has taken over Zimbabwe. Greedy, selfishness, poverty mentality, the lack of direction, no vision. One of the ills that we are dealing with. And you know, without vision, people perish. I still asking a question to all people from ZANU-PF. What is your vision? Where are we going to? What's the goal? Because if you tell us where we are going to go with you. But unfortunately, you have no direction. That's making it very harder for us to actually follow you. Because leadership is about follow me. Right? Follow me and I'll take you somewhere. So in every man who marries you, he says, follow me, I'll take you somewhere. That's why you find out that when you have no direction, when a man lacks vision, you find women stuck. Because I'm coming as a helper. Show me, where are we going with this life so I can help you. All right? So ZANU-PF, show us, where are you going with this nation? For the past 7 years, when Mr. Mnangagwa came into the space, nothing happened, absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, you have no manifesto. That's the... A political party that do not even have a manifesto wants to run a country in 2023. Yeah, we must be frightened. You and me, we must be terrified right now that we are going to follow people with no vision. They have no vision. Nothing, literally nothing. So he said military, okay, the military so was Zimbabwe's military is run by people who participated in the liberation struggle and belong to ZANU-PF. So how can ZANU-PF remove ZANU-PF? A military coup in Zimbabwe would be a factional battle, as we saw in 2017, where Mugabe was removed by a party faction. And Patrick Chinomasa correctly said it was a ZANU-PF affair. The opposition and the citizens were lied to in order to sanitize and legitimize the military coup, just as sections of the security sector lied to some Triple C leaders that they will help them emerge victorious. How would someone benefiting from a corrupt system help you to end it? I tweeted about this last year, warning the opposition to be wary of counterintelligence narratives meant to weaken it into believing funders' political dreams. Whenever there is a power struggle in ZANU-PF, expect one faction to turn to the opposition for popular appeal. This doesn't change anything except to give legitimacy to a ZANU-PF faction. The other aspect that we must learn from 2017 military coup is that removing one person who is part of a corrupt system, while the system remains intact, changes absolutely nothing. What needs changing is the mindset of those seeking change in order to overcome the ZANU-PF hurdles. This can only be done by a united opposition, which includes the church, business, students, intellectual professionals, and the Zimbabwean diaspora. Looking for shortcuts, as some of us thought would work in 2017, will not deliver any meaningful change. Robert Mugabe was just a figurehead and spokesperson of a system. His removal changed nothing. In fact, things got worse. Let us learn from our history. Don't work. Shortcuts don't work. Only genuine unity, which is not partisan, but broad-based and inclusive, will deliver change in Zimbabwe. As I said on numerous occasions before these symbolic elections, you don't have to agree with me or others, but you will have no choice but to be humble by time. So I also agree with him. ZANU-PF is a system. Let me tell you why you know it's a system. And we know it's a system. Most Zimbabweans know it's a system. And I'm so grateful that we are in 2023 where information is at our disposal. If you check on what's going on social media, we know a lot about ZANU-PF, especially when I listen to a guy who is ex-army guy, who literally was narrating how Itai Dzamara was killed. You know, when I listened to that video, I learned a lot. And I learned how deep and how evil this system is. And I wish, and I'm going to actually put a link in the description box, so I want you guys to listen to it. I've got that video on my videos. If you go further down, you'll see it where it talks about how Zamara was murdered. Something came out on that video that was so strong. When you talk about, there's a group called SARS. It's called Special, I think Special what? Man, I'm forgetting like it's an abbreviation, SAS. So, and also Jonathan were confirmed about this SAS, you know, SAS group, or it's actually formed part of the government, allegedly. So he said the SAS, they literally train people like they're training terrorists. So in other words, is they train people to murder, to kill. You know, they train people to abduct. They train people to commit like robbery. They train people to, you know, when they kind of, you know, mess up your car so that you can have an accident. These people are trained to do terrorist work. So the group of people trained in Zimbabwe, they're there. You mentioned about the space, I forgot the name. And when I heard about that, I was shocked. And he also said there's still the tank, like not a tank, but like a pool of acid that used to be used by Smith pre-independence. And that tank is still there in Zimbabwe as we speak. That's where he was thrown, as with allegations. So when I just listened to that, I was like, guys, you can't tell me that you left pain and then you carry everything. That includes the tanks that Smith used to use to kill people. You take it and you're still using it in 2020. That is 43 years later on. ZANU-PF is allegedly still using the very same tank to murder their own people. Can you tell me what kind of change? Can you explain to me what kind of growth or what kind of liberation did they bring to us? Because to me, there was no liberation. There was literally just carry that toxicity into the next space. This is why, for those that have been going for therapy, they always say, let's say you live a very toxic relationship or marriage. If you're married and you divorce, they always say before you marry someone, you need to go through therapy. You need to find yourself. You need to cleanse. You need to cleanse and let go of everything that connects you to your pain, if you can. But if they're children, find ways, find therapy to heal, so that when you move to the next relationship, it'll be easier for you to function. It'll be easier for you to respect the person. Because if you're not careful, you're going to pull the toxicity from the previous person into an innocent person who may not even know. What are you talking about? You know, so this is what I'm saying. If ZANU-PF can claim that they're literally liberators, what are they doing? Number one, with the tactics, strategies that were used to be used in the time of Smith, that were to hurt people. If they're talking of change, if they're talking of liberating us, they were supposed to do away with everything that was pointing us to pain. But if they are repeating the same things that they used to happen in the time of Smith, now my question is, you and me, are we not living in the time of Smith? Because I really think you and me, we are living in the time of Smith. So let me not hear someone say to me, I did not go to war. Because here I'm fighting a war right now. I am fighting a war. Right? I am fighting a war. So don't say we fought the war, but you brought the same tactics of Smith, of torturing people, hating your own people, abduct, killing. The same issues of always accusing people of being sellouts. That's exactly what used to happen in the time of Smith. This is 43 years later. You never heal? You did not get therapy? I think these people need to get therapy. They need mind change out. They need mind renewal. And I agree with what Hopo is suggesting. They need mind renewal. The renewal of your mind. Because, guys, we cannot. This is 2023. Surely we should be somewhere today. And I remember Naledi Pendo said, things will never move in Zimbabwe because their politics are not right. They are not changing. They're not growing. I understand South Africa went through the apartheid era. People are always sometimes mourn. We always have these holidays that reminds us to mourn for people. But you can't hurt us the same way our parents were hurt. Surely there must be a way for us to bring healing among ourselves and our people. Right? We need peace. Max Lyon said, initially coups were used for regime change agenda to impose puppets. Now the coups are used to remove puppets and dictators. The current season, Africa deserves great study. There are crucial lessons to learn in terms of leadership and government. And let me tell you, if you watch the Gold Mafia, you can actually, can you tell me who is the puppet here? Who is the puppet? Who went and bring Mayweather in Zimbabwe? Who went and bring that guy, what's his name? Rick Ross. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. Who was given how many millions of money? Who is the puppet here? Yeah, who is the puppet? They are the puppets. They're the ones who keep on doing business and take our gold and our diamonds to these very same people that they're claiming we are puppets to. So what's supposed to be removed? They're supposed to be, they are the puppets. And they are the puppets. Right? And they're dictators. In 2023, we cannot cry about dictators. In 2023, we should be talking about important things here. Not dictatorship. No, we can't. It's enough now. There's some point we need to mature. We need to grow. Right. And he said after the Gabon president was put under house arrest by the army, they found bags of money. I think we spoke about these bags of money. You saw the money. Oh, by the way, the money was not even in the president's house. The money was at the guard's house, which means the guards. Are you guys surprised why most of those guards are loyal to the president, dictators? They are loyal to dictators because they also benefit from the pain of the people. So the president's house is a crime scene. It wasn't the president. It was actually the guard's house where the money was, which means if they went to seize the president, they were going to find even more money. So millions of dollars were at the guard's house in cash in Gabon. And you remember the time of the coup? You heard there was so much money that were in people's houses. That were on the side. That is the Lacoste one. There was money in their houses during the time of the coup. And if right now something happens, there's a lot of money in most of these ministers' houses. And Zimbabweans are languishing in poverty. And while they have money chucked in their homes, stuffed in tanks, trunks, and some kids have slept without eating in the very same space. It's sad. It's very sad. I said often banks won't have money because it's either on the streets or in the president's house. That is why the idea of a sound economic system is aligned to most dictators. Why should they care about the economy when all the money is in their house? They can manipulate the currency from there and make a killing. Personally, they don't suffer from inflation and recession while the whole country is sinking in financial mismanagement. Unacceptable in all circumstances, there is a better way of doing politics, which naturally is to have stability through a social contract. This is about ideas, vision, and purpose. One hopes the leaders coming after coups will be guided by ethics, duty to country and people, as well as an appreciation of ideas, especially in the field of economics, laws, and science. But people says the guy that did the coup in Gabon is also implicated in the very same corruption. He is actually a cousin to the ex-president. You saw they looked alike. So he also owns a lot of business, a wealthy man. And you know that Jonathan confirmed that Mr. Mnangagwa is actually the most richest man in Zimbabwe. People don't even know that. He's been rich for decades, actually. It has been rich for decades. This whole mining thing you're talking about, no, this is nothing. He has been rich. I remember Jonathan Moy confirmed years back. That was in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, after the coup. What is I supposed to tell you? It's only you and me who are poor. These people are rich. They are filthy rich. That's why they don't care. But now, we need to give you some nuggets. And this is relating to some of our youth that we saw, that were given cars recently. So I'm going to talk in the likes of, what's his name? What's the name? Holitain. Sorry, Holitain. By the way, I'm not really like, I'm not that much, yeah, they're not the music that I listen to. You know, I'm old school, so pretty much that music is not like my music. I'm a romantic music kind of girl. So play romantic music, I'm in for life, you know. So Holy Tain, Kickbed us, and one of my brother, Ricky Fire, they were given brand new cars as they were supporting ZANU-PF. So Hope will send some lovely messages to these young people, and I'm also going to give you my own commentary. He said cars are not an investment but a liability to young African men. Poverty is what has made many African men to think that cars are a sign of success. They are a sign of how we don't understand money yet. I've been embarrassed by many Zimbabweans who drive expensive cars, but we are hugely shocked when we go to their villages to bury their relatives. How do you meaningfully invest in expensive cars when your parents are living like rats at the village? I've seen men who drove million-rand cars being buried in a sorry state at their ancestral villages. This is what leads to the tragic ZANU-PF mentality of stealing money meant for medicines and hospitals. The failure to have a mindset that has a proper understanding of priorities in life has destroyed African countries. How do we expect you as a leader to build hospitals with money you are in charge of when you can't build a decent home for your parents or yourself at village? Something that benefits you directly. Civilized societies first build public infrastructure before luxuries. They have legacies. They leave behind legacies. But many in our midst will leave cause and memories of living it up, not things to be marveled at. What will we see when we come to bury your parents and yourself at your village? Imagine this: a car bought in 1980 is rotting somewhere in the soil, but a cathedral, family home, or library built in 1852 stands. Let us change our mindsets. We want to see more pictures on social media if your village is not parties and cars. Let us see how you have transformed your ancestral villages. Don't be an embarrassment lying there in your casket. The good thing is that your secure will insist that are we going to see a decent home or a set of huts with no ablution facilities? Imagine how far those bottles of Blue Label would have taken you in living a decent legacy for you and your kids. A man who can build a decent rural home for himself or his parents has no capacity to do anything meaningful for anyone. And I think these are just like principles that kind of govern us in general. I'm also someone who is not a fan of men who either spend money with women, you know. May God bless you. May God bless you. You know, I'm also a person who doesn't, who find it very sad. Trust me, I'm telling you based on what I've seen here, for my years in Johannesburg. I've seen a lot of guys who are actually very, very, well, successful guys. They've got nice jobs. These guys spending their time on money and women, literally. Swapping women every week, they've got a different woman. Very sad, very sad. And these are Zimbabwean guys. And you know, they are so grown, no direction. Like, I'm like, dude, you're too grown to act like a child. You can't in your 40s be moving from club to club. You are too grown. You know, listen to me, guys. Listen, I love you. And I'm going to be honest with you. I love you. Because what you don't realize is that there are so many kids today who are a product of brokenness. Because men, you're spending too much of your energy on women. It's unnecessary. Whenever I travel and like even moving around, getting to a mall, in our years, when guys talking, Shona like, I'm like, damn. Dude, is that all that you came left to Zimbabwe to come here and follow after women? But the problem is South Africa, women are free. You can get anyone, anytime, any minute. Girls are cheap out there. And listen, yeah, I'm sorry, because I completely agree with the Hopo. I don't know Hopo much, but I agree with what he's saying. Guys, listen, there's more to life than you going after women. There's more to life. Grow up. Grow up. There's time for everything, yo. Grow up. Grow up. My brothers, some of you have nobody who's giving you the right counsel. You are surrounded by men with no direction. And women with no direction. Girls, stop it. You can't be sleeping with woman after man. Tomorrow you are in that house, tomorrow in that house. Grow up. You can't. I'm not a fan of cohabitation. I've always said to people, if a man wants to cohabitate with me, listen to me. If he wants to cohabitate with me, I've never cohabited with anybody, and I don't wish to do so. If a man wants to cohabitate with me, no problem. I'm going to ask him to meet up with his family, and he must meet up with my family and tell them he wants to cohabitate with me, and we must tell his parents that he wants to cohabitate with me. Let me hear what the parents are saying, if they're going to agree to that nonsense, because they won't. Most parents don't take nonsense. This issue tomorrow, because I've seen most of you guys, I've seen a lot of guys who went back home sick. Oh, sick. They forgot about your name. Grow up. You can do better. Value yourself. Young men and women, I'm talking to you as a sister because I love you. Love yourself by making the right decisions. It's not everything you see out there that looks bright that is actually bright. You know? Don't waste your life. Women comes and go, but destiny stands. Think about the future. Value yourself. Stop selling your destiny for cheap. Some of the women you are following, you won't even remember their names when you're in hospital sick. Most of you crying for my banana no pisa pa board. Grow up. You can do better. Sometimes it takes me to tell you as a sister to say, my brother, don't waste your life. My sister, don't waste your life. Jumping from man to man is dangerous. It may not be dangerous from a sanity in terms of physical. You may say, no, I can protect myself. Yes, you can. But you can't protect yourself from satanic demons and confusion. No direction. You're going nowhere. Moving from person to person. It's time. You think about the future. You become a person who's future focused. We have a purpose, who understand the purpose and the power of vision. Who understand the power of family. Who invest more energy in people who are actually valuable in your life. People who adds value in your future. Not everyone deserves your attention and deserves your energy. Invest your energy in the right place. I'm telling you as a sister, build yourself. Manya, vakazi very cheap. You change it. Listen. Today we're going to go to Penga. You can do better. You can do better. You know? I need to help you, my brothers and sisters. Stop wasting your life. Life is too precious. There's something so powerful about family. Grow your families. Build your children. Raise them. Be intentional. Be available. Raise your children. Be there as a father. Train your kids. Spend time with your children. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your wives. Spend time with you. Do something. Stop wasting your energy and money and life with the wrong, strange women who mean absolutely nothing. We won't even remember your name. You can do better. So I agree with him. Build homes. It does not matter how small. The money you're spending on useless people, strange people in the streets, you can do better and build your future. Think. Plan about important things. That's all he's saying. But I also saw people like Holy Ten, and let me tell you, I really pray for them. Why I'm praying for them is because I realized that they were so limited in thinking. Guys, if we want to have a better Zimbabwe, as Zimbabweans, we're going to have to sacrifice something. We are where we are today because we've always allowed ourselves to be bought by evil. Bribes that we allow ZANU-PF to keep on using as a bait to sell our destiny. We are not like Esau who sold his destiny for a plate of meat. We can do better. Sometimes it takes sacrifice to say, I'm not going to take money from ZANU-PF. I'm going to say, no, we want good here. We want this country to change, guys. Enough. But whenever you are taking this little money and tomorrow you're back in the streets struggling again, no, we can do better. We need to understand the power of sacrifice, the power of patience, that together we can build something strong. When we sacrifice now for a better Zimbabwe and refuse to take money, especially bribe, to be bribed by corrupt politicians. We need to stop doing that. And I'm also appealing to the judges, my fathers. I know most of you, you're grown, my fathers there. We are asking you as my fathers to say, stop accepting bribes at the expense of the country. Our children are crying, our children are burning, kids are suffering. Stop taking money at the expense of the nation. Think about the future. Think about our children. You may say you've got money that is stuffed in foreign lands. That is not enough. Your kids deserves to enjoy the land. If you carry on like this, it's going to be harder for your kids to enjoy Zimbabwe because of the atrocities that you're committing. Remember and think about our nation. My brothers, stop that. I'm speaking to the army, to the police. Stop using money as base to destroy our future. Together we can build a Zimbabwe that is good for all of us. But it starts with you and me. By stopping accepting bribery. Taking money from politicians is not right. Let's build an economy that allows all of us to thrive. But it takes sacrifices. And it starts with you and me. Stop accepting to go and arrest innocent people. Some of my brothers, stop accepting to do dirty work for politicians. They must leave their homes while their kids are busy shopping in Dubai. You are being used to go and beat your brother, to hate your own brothers and sisters. It needs to stop. Let's come together as a nation and build the Zimbabwe that we want. But it takes sacrifice if you want to do so. And I'm asking you, my brothers and sisters, to sacrifice the now for the future. Together we can build a better Zimbabwe. Together we can. But I'm asking you guys to sacrifice the now. So when you guys will tell me where you're watching us from now, I need to send some shout out to you. It took me quite a lot of time here to actually talk, and I need you guys to tell me where you're watching from so that you and me can I can send you some hello. Where are you guys watching us from? Today is a Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone. If you joined us a little bit late, I want to send you some love and light. I tell you how much I love you. When I holy 10 Armor 2000 who grew up with broken systems. Yes, I agree. This is why I'm saying we need to revamp our systems by beginning to teach our people the power of purpose. Because those guys really have such a lot of they've got such a bright future, but unfortunately they're selling it for a car, which is quite very sad to watch. It's quite very sad to watch. And I'm asking my brothers and sisters, let's work together to build our country. Zimbabwe is for us all. Let's build this country together we can. But it will take sacrifices. Stop taking money from politicians. Stop it. If a politician come and say, let's give you money to do evil, say, no, I cannot. I'm not going to hate my brother. If we do that, it's going to give us an opportunity to build a Zimbabwe that we want. Yes, we are watching people from Centurion. Shout out to everybody who's in Centurion. So some people say he wants to impose himself as the head instead of me. That's what we are talking about. Mr. Mnangagwa is imposing himself. Said, Viva Triple C watching from Botswana. Yes, Viva Triple C. Triple C is our political party. Rumbi intrigu Torwara because my hopes were shattered by ZANU. ZANU PF. If I can call them like that. Ronda ravakesa mupenyu wangu rinorwadza masatanis. So you know what, unfortunately I struggle to really show that fluence, so please be gracious. You know what, you're not the only one. I've met a lot of people are broken today as we speak. A lot of people are broken, and they wish we could have had a positive outcome. Nelson Chamisa could have made the winner. Today we could all be somewhere, right? And they say the comment section, because CCC have not petitioned. You know what? I know some people are saying Nelson Chamisa must come out and tell us what's going on. I've heard a lot of people saying that, but this is what I'm going to say to you, my brothers and sisters. Something is going on in the background. They are not just quiet. You need to remember that we are really working under very harsh conditions. So we whatever we're doing must be wise and vigilant. So I guess whatever they're doing right now, they really consider a lot of things. So guys, we need to learn to be patient. Something's going on in the background. And I'm also, like I said to you guys, forget about Nelson Chamisa. I'm sure even some of the people in ZANU-PF are tired. We are living a toxic life. We are an embarrassment in the region, embarrassment in the entire world. Zimbabwe, it's like, you know what I mean? So people are tired, to be honest, are tired. So joy comes in the morning. God will break the silence soon. I agree. You are like my people. Joy cometh in the morning, I love to sing. They always say that in the morning, joy cometh in the morning. like weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So I'm a singer for those that didn't know. I used to sing quite a lot. If you actually in AFM church or used to be in AFM church, then they used to know me being a singer. So I can also sing. So joy cometh in the joy, it cometh in the morning. So don't worry about today because the Lord is gonna show up and He will show off. Joy will come in the morning. So no kuti Mwari vachapindira, oh, my Lord is able. God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond what we can ever ask or think. So imagine. So don't worry. He is at work. The Lord is at work. He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond. Okay, so I'm sorry to say, but honestly, Mnangagwa needs a sniper on him. Bless you. So that is terroristic threat. I'm sorry, but we can't have him any longer. Guys, so you and me, we are sharing the same sentiments. I just think he has done whatever he did, and we are grateful. But this time, he needs to just say, guys, I surrender to other people. Give other people a chance to run this ship, and we can always celebrate them and be grateful all the time. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Therefore, let the voice of God prevail. And these were the words of Mr. Mnangagwa the time that he came in 2017. He said, the voice of the people is the voice of God. So where we are now, it does not show like what he said. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Mr. President, we need to actually witness the voice of people prevail as you alleged. Not alleged, as you said in 2017. Yes, the army is divided. I heard that. Another 5 years of suffering. No, it's not going to be 5 years. Definitely not. No. Now, my heart refused to actually, I can't, like I cannot. Yeah, I can't. Like I cannot. And then some folks don't listen to God. See Putini, I've always say God is merciful. So you give you a chance. He is a father. So he's very merciful and he's patient because he's a loving father. But if you do not listen to him sometimes, like what happened to Pharaoh, and I'm sure right now, all I can say is, Pharaoh, let my people go. That's what I'm going to say. Pharaoh, let my people go. That's what God is saying in heaven. Pharaoh, let my people go. Zimbabweans wants to move forward. Please let us move forward. Sir, please. And please, and we ask you, please. Inauguration. Why are you reading my mind? Why? And I was thinking maybe it must happen tonight because because inauguration is tomorrow. I really wish it was tomorrow. That's just me and in my crazy, but I really wish. Yes, I wish. And then yeah. Has someone told me why Mnangagwa wants to be a president of a country with boreholes in cities? Nobody knows why. I hear you loud and clear. What about them? Only 5 years. And what about who? Football fan-led Africa. More. This will get a place. Patience, pace, matters differ. And I think patience is very important. Let's exercise patience. And then Mo said, people that doesn't listen to God. But if they don't, God will make them listen one day. God, he does. He's an amazing God. If you don't listen to him, he will come with full force. Make sure that you listen to him. And then he said, as Sue said, it's not a treat, just how I'm feeling right now. No connection with CIO at all. I'm just a civilian who's fed up with the government, just like the rest of Povo. Yeah, I think, and then I also don't like the issue where people are always using this CIO to threaten people. Listen, CIO are our brothers. Don't act as if they're these, I think vampires from somewhere. These are brothers that we truly love, and they love us too. Let's not try to share toxic, energy through threats. It's not worth it. Like I told you, the problem is you're confusing CIO and SAS people. SAS people is a group of terrorists that were alleged by Jonathan Moyo and also that top soldier that was narrating what happened to Ted Zamara. The top soldier confirmed there's a group called SAS where they are being trained to be terrorists. He alleged so many gruesome stuff. That video is there on my YouTube channel. So you guys, you're more than welcome. I'm going to share the link. I would like you guys to listen to it. Because when you listen to that, it will show you exactly what's going on in Zimbabwe. So you understand that some of the people you are saying are CIO are not even CIOs. No, they are not. They are terrorists. CIOs are there to do, they are just, you masquerading as CIOs. But there are people that are being used to do all the dirty work. Let me give an example. Do you remember last week when Triple C was having a presser and the guy went in and interrupted? Do you remember what happened? This guy, when he went to interrupt, are you telling me those were police? No, people were saying, no, he's actually working at this station and he's working at that station. But according to the top soldier, they deploy people from SAS who masquerade themselves as police officers, but they are not police officers. And those are the people that they use to do all the dirty work. So they are being assigned to the different polling stations as per the allege. Like, remember, these are allegations. But like I said, you can listen to the man. He's a top soldier, was narrating it. He said he wants work at SAS as well. He ran away and they were looking for him. Because if you work and know all the dirty works and you run away, they will come after you. The guy was actually in hiding and he was divulging all that happens. Even Jonathan Moyo confirmed when he was bashing, actually the guy forgot his name, who was literally the leader for the SAS guys. And that guy is known for being the most cruel man, that when people were being mad at you was on the top. And we are talking about things that are on public domain. It's not like I'm assuming it's on public domain. So some of them you are saying they're CIO, they are not CIOs. They're masquerading as, but they are not CIOs. They are people that are trained to be like terrorists. They operate like terrorists and they're actually terrorists in our societies. And then he said, 1992, my salary was $200 Zim dollars, and lived it to concluding traveling, not like now, a beggar community. All right. You were in 1992, your salary could work, but now, nothing. And then so most of us, we are broken. All our hard work just vanishing just like that. I agree, and you're crying. Those are tears, and I'm sending my love and light. Listen, God will come through for us soon. We'll be celebrating soon. Sometimes before we get to celebrate, something has to happen, and then before you know it, now we are celebrating. And so say, leave me alone. Okay, so that's kind of your exchanges. And this sort of ball of acid. Yes, no, not a ball, but he said that he was saying it's a kind of a tank or a pool of acid, as per the guy's allegations. That is still there right now as we speak, and that same tank used to be used in the time of Smith. These are allegations that this man said. I did not say it, he said it. And he said, you may not have noticed, but you are on a public forum. I was just advising you about making idle threats like that. You have a nice afternoon. I don't know whom you're at, Sue. I don't know what threats are you guys talking about. But you should not even threatening each other, guys. There's no need. What you must remember is most of the information about Zimbabwe is in the public domain. If you go and check tweets that were tweeted by Jonathan Moyo, guys, Jonathan Moyo said a lot of things, especially from 2017 when they were expelled from ZANU-PF. He said a lot of things. And bear in mind, these guys were very much deep in ZANU-PF. They know exactly how that war, political party, behaves. So why am I supposed to be dragged? I think this was your conversation. I'm not afraid. I'm just saying things that are on public domain. I said, thank you, my hubby just told me off too. Okay, so yeah. But we are suffering with this government. Agreed. We are definitely suffering. I agree with you. I know some good CIO officers, some of whom I used to fellowship within the church. That's what I'm saying. Some of the people you are saying are CIOs are not. They're just masquerading as, but they are not. Okay, so mazimambo mazishema sabu kunevan awo akapinzwa chando nechim usangano ichi. No, they need to be sent to their maker. Healing will only hold if the group people is removed from the face of this earth. They have wronged a lot of people. I agree. The maker thing is up to the maker to decide, but I agree. Evil, atrocities were done, and they're still being done today. We've seen my brother was beaten yesterday. So pretty much they're not stopping. This is what I'm saying. If we truly ZANU-PF wants to move forward, by the way, each other. We need to move forward. We need to grow up, Zimbabweans. We cannot. We need to grow up here. We need to grow up. We can't carry on with this evil, man. Let's grow up. And Hi, my sister. Hi there. That was Natasha. Hey, baby, it's your Ben 10. Oh, my Bell's rider is my is your Ben 10 here. Kind of miss you. May the Lord bless you. Oh my God, bless you. And thank you so much for sending some side order. I appreciate that. Thank you. The nuclear family is the best form of government. Yeah. Chero President Chamisa said, "Van vanofana kurora nekurorwa not kungoti ndawana eke." Yeah. I don't advocate for cohabitation. I don't. Let me tell you why. The easiest place to be broken is actually in relationships. So they always say two spaces that you can accumulate trauma. So number one is childhood upbringing. If you're being exposed to toxic people, it's possible to accumulate trauma. And if you happen to date wrong people, because you know when you're dating someone, is they're speaking words and you believe in every word. And if the words don't align with the actions, it can tend to be trauma. Especially when you're not exposed to trauma. You know, I'm a person who believes that your word should be you. I believe in my word, that whatever you say, you must do it. You know, that's what I believe in. And when that does not happen, in a way, it messes up with my psyche, because I'm like, but so which one to believe in? So I agree. Don't, guys, if I ever encourage you young people, don't cohabitate. Don't do that. It's not a good thing. If you either want to be married, if you want to be single, be single. Cohabitation is not good. You're selling your destiny cheap. You know, to someone who don't, especially women. Men, I know men will get away with it. They've got a way they find ways to navigate. A man can mess up 10 women, yeah, and still get a good woman to marry. That's just how they were created. They've got so much room to navigate. Whereas you as a single girl, if you messes up with destiny, you may struggle to find the right person. So women have a lot to lose. So I always encourage my girls, no, don't cohabitate. Respect yourself. I cannot. I have an opportunity. I've had. I mean, I left Zimbabwe when I was only 20 years old. I was young. I was a child, you know. I had the opportunity to cohabitate with whoever I wanted. I was far from my parents, but I could not. I can't. I hate cohabitation. You're either going to marry me or there's no deal, you know. Yeah, I can't. I cannot. It's not something that I cannot. I just cannot. You marry me or there's no deal. Bless you, because I'm still going to love you. You know what I mean? Because, young people, you can sell your destiny cheap. All right, so as long as people celebrate eating chicken pieces, Zimbabwe remains in, you know, I think that one in terms of chicken pieces, you must remember that one of the things that ZANU-PF did was to pauperize the masses, especially the rural masses. Guys, you know for sure, most of you with rural homes, that when you look at most of the people in the rural, if you give them something small, they are so grateful. You know, right now, if you give them like a bar of green soap, they're grateful, because they have to carry how many teens to go to sell to buy a green bar soap, right? So if you can give them as a gift, they will be so. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. So, you know, they'll be grateful. So for that reason, what we must blame is the system that have pauperized our people for decades, so that they can manipulate them. Because if our people were not poor, if the rural spaces were, you know, exposed or educated in terms of politics, they would be standing for themselves and say, no, we can't allow ourselves. Even now, the inauguration that is coming, they would say, no, I'm not going to get into your bus. I'm not going absolutely nowhere. But if you pauperize them to a point where they don't even know what's right and what's wrong, people are suffering, guys. People are suffering. Some people have never get into a bus. Some people don't even know the door of a plane. They've never been in the airport. We must consider that we ruined lives by not exposing our people, by not building and, you know, and support our rural masses. We failed on that. So maybe that's what we need to focus in this coming new Zimbabwe. I know the new Zimbabwe is coming around the corner. Something will happen. God is going to come through for us. I don't think we can go for these 5 years. That is not going to happen. Even a year, there will be a solution in Zimbabwe before the end of this year. I can bet you the truth. There'll be a solution to revamp this country so we can all start living again. So guys, I've had such a great time with you. I love you so much, and thank you for sticking around, guys. I want to tell you, it means a lot just hanging out with you guys. It means a lot. Your support means everything. It means a lot. And I want to tell you, I've got a YouTube channel that I'm trying to open, because I'm trying to separate the politics and some of the, you know, things that I do in my life, like my teachings and my mentorship programs. And there's quite a number that are coming soon, guys. If you're women, if you're in Johannesburg, I'm going to have, there's going to be a lunch that is coming very soon. So you guys can come and hang out with me. And we're going to do quite a lot of things. And this one is going to be a pool party. So Guys, you're gonna come with your swimming costumes, and we're gonna have party. It's about time that we have to leave, yo. So if you're in Johannesburg, in Cape Town, if you, as long as you're in South Africa, if you wanna fly in, please you can. I'll make sure I arrange those spaces to be available for you guys to come and hang out and dine with me. So yeah. I'm super excited. Thank you guys for sticking around. I had a great time. Guys, I've been here for 100 minutes. That shows that you guys, you are special. And I love you so much, and I bless you all. And I pray that you sleep tight. And if you are actually enjoying your day, wherever you are, I pray that you have a great day. And please show each other some love. There's so much power in love. Let's build love. Because if you can hate, we can love. Let's spread love. Let's spread love. Smile, smile at people. Share some love. I love you so much, and may God bless you all. Sleep tight. It's almost 10 and I need to eat dinner. I did not eat dinner. I was, busy. So I'll see you guys later. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'm going to be on tomorrow morning. Now it's real business at work. Thank you so much. I said I love you. Love my hair. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It means a lot. I love you guys. May God bless you all. Please kiss your families, your children, your wives, and tell them you love them. There's so much power in the right words. God bless you all. Bye for now.